If I did not have a big fringe and 8 layers of mascara, I would want to cry. Like, it was like I was so exposed and vulnerable. And at drama school, they said, you're gonna have to grow that fringe out. The thing that you need to learn is how to shed and how to just be seen and how to be comfortable with being seen. That feeling when you first go, oh, I don't actually care, is like one of the scariest, because you go, wait, why don't I care? They don't know me. They know like Aimee Lou Wood, who's a character. Hi, I'm Aimee Lou Wood, and I'm here with Harper's Bazaar UK to share my life lessons. When I was younger, I was very, very experimental with my clothes, and I never understood why my mum only wore jeans and a top. And she's like, once you find what works, babe, you just stick to it. And I used to think, Mum, like, experiment, you know, wear something more, you know, out there. And now I'm quite like my mum in the sense that once I find something that works, I do just want to stick to it. I don't like wearing any kind of different shape jean, any kind of different shape tank top. I don't want to switch it up anymore. So as I get older, I'm basically just turning into my mum. The best piece of fashion advice I've ever been given is actually to not follow fashion too much and to find your style, like be stylish rather than fashionable, because fashion can be really fun, but I think finding a style and having your own self-expression in that way is more valuable than just following trends. So I think rather than be trendy, just find your thing. I think what we wear matters because it's kind of like, me and my friend always talk about our soul is our pillow, and then we have a pillowcase that we have to put on our soul to protect it, but you kind of want your pillowcase to match your pillow, and so that's like your persona, and your persona that everyone needs, because you can't just be walking around like, you know, completely open all the time. You do need some kind of boundaries. You know, it's a way to express who you are, and it's a way to allow people to get to know you. Self-expression, any way that you can express yourself is so important. I think that I can be incredibly scruffy, and I don't really put a lot of thought most days into what I wear. And what I've learned is how the days that I do and the days that I feel very aligned with how I'm expressing myself through the clothes, I feel a lot better. So I've learned that actually style and how you present yourself can actually really change how you feel internally. And sometimes I think there's still a space for that, where I want to be very girly and very kind of whimsical in how I dress. But as I've gotten older, I think that I'm more about shapes. I like flattering shapes and simplicity. And I think that's probably because I've grown more into my Taurus rising, which is about comfort and about kind of simple, cozy, chic vibes rather than Aquarius alien vibes. So I think I'm going more into my Taurus ascendant. Most of the time I won't wear makeup and I will be walking around with wet hair, and then lo and behold, I actually dry my hair and put some makeup on and I'm like, oh, I feel quite good. So what I've learned again is beauty is a way to feel good. Anytime that you feel free is when you probably are your most beautiful. So if that freedom is gonna come by putting some makeup on, then do it. If that freedom's gonna come from not putting any makeup on, then do that. It's just about choice. Because I think you can't just pick one thing like, I'm never gonna wear makeup again and I'm gonna make that statement. No, because one day you might wanna wear mascara, and that's fine. It has to be your choice. You're doing it for you and not for anyone else. So I used to have this big block fringe and like 8 layers of mascara on, and at drama school they said, you're gonna have to grow that fringe out. You're gonna have to grow it out. And I was like, I can't grow it out. And they were like, you have to, because it's a mask, you're hiding. So I grew out my fringe and I had to like scrape it back, and it felt like this massive thing. And obviously you're not allowed to wear any makeup at drama school, so it's like face fully out. And I think that was the best thing I ever could have done, because you're so fearful when you've got these masks. Because what if someone catches you without it? What if there's a photo and you've not got... It's such a trapping feeling to be reliant on these facades. So I think as much as you can, experiment with just letting yourself be seen in a way that you wouldn't naturally choose to be seen, because then it'll just free you up. I didn't want to act. I wanted to be a writer. I was very shy when I was little, so acting didn't really feel like it wasn't even a thought. You know, it was never a clear childhood dream. It was just something that naturally came into the picture as I got a bit older, but I kind of still have that thing of maybe I won't be an actor forever. And it kind of like really shocks people when I say it. I'm like, I don't know if I want to be an actor forever. People are like, but you have to be. And I'm like, no, because I'm changing every day. I feel like a different person every day. And one day maybe that will just not be who I am anymore. So yeah, it wasn't what I always wanted to do, and it might not be what I always want to do. I've learned a lot about the concept of success. A lot. I've become quite disillusioned, which is a scary moment, but it's also very freeing and enlightening that success is it is just about whether you are content and feel good about who you are as a person and feel good about what you're giving to the world. It's all a lie. Like, it's just not these awards and these, you know, markers of success that have been invented. They don't do anything to your soul. They actually don't. And actually, the less that you want in terms of external things, the happier you are. You have to feel like you just like the way that you're living. If you're good with that, then you'll feel a lot more successful than any of these kind of symbols that people chase. Like that, it does not make you happy. That moment where you're on set and every single person in the cast and crew is just on the same wavelength, and you're just all working together to create like this one moment, and something really magic happens. And that's my favorite bit. It's always the creative act. That's why actors do it. The advice that I would give to someone starting out in the industry is don't listen to too much advice. You got it. Like, know yourself. You can't emulate anyone else's career. You can't emulate anyone else's style. Like, you are you, and the most valuable thing that you have is your individual essence. There's only one you. I think a lot of people wake up and they go, I'm gonna be the next blah, blah, blah. You're not gonna be the next blah, 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 because there's only one blah, blah, blah. And there's only one you. So just be you. What was that thing I saw recently? Like, create art, not content. And in my mind, that's also like, if you're gonna be an artist, that's about expressing you. If you're gonna be just an actor, then you might, like, you know, watch loads of films and try and copy the people in the movie. It's just, that's not like, just express yourself, be an artist. Friendship is the most special thing in the world, I think. It's so sacred. Like, if you actually think about it, you choose someone to do life with. I always find it striking that people tend to, you know, really go gooey over romantic love that lasts. And I do the same, I'm such a romantic. But people don't really give enough credit to friendship. Like, you know, it will say like, this couple stayed together till they were 100. So sweet, love that. But there's also like your best friend, you know, that's like till the end. So I think what I've learned is tell your friends that you love them. You know, get romantic about that too, because it's usually the thing that lasts is the friendship, and so celebrate it. I think my friends would describe me as generous, a bit mad, and original. We adore each other, but we're also not enablers. We tell each other how it is. Those are the best friendships, is when you can tell the truth. So they support me, but they'll also tell me when I'm being nuts. I'm nuts. They would say I was nuts, but great. I've learned a lot about love. I think it takes a long time to really understand what love is, and you have to give yourself grace because you don't really know. It sounds so cheesy, but you don't really know until you know. You can't know something until you know something. What you understand as well is it's not just a noun, it's a verb. Like, you can't just feel love, you have to do love. Like, you have to actually do it. It's not enough to just be like, I love you and I feel this feeling of love. Like, do love. It's active. Like, when you love someone, it's a doing word. What I've learned about confidence is you can't get it externally from other people. It really truly does come from how you feel about yourself and whether you're living your life according to your values. And you will not get self-esteem from how many likes you got on a post. You will not get self-esteem from some random people giving you validation. It's going to give you an ego boost. It's not going to give you self-esteem. And confidence doesn't come from ego, it comes from self-esteem. It's been hard to stand up for myself at work because there is still a lot of misogyny. And how quick it is for a woman to be labelled difficult is actually nuts. Like, and honestly, if you're just not sweet as pie, you're risking being labelled difficult. So it's hard to be assertive. And it was actually amazing because I'm doing a film with Angelina Jolie at the moment. And the other day, I was in the middle of the scene and someone in the crew was doing something really distracting whilst I was in the middle of a very important scene. Back in the day, I would have just let what was happening happen and it would have made my performance worse. So I thought, no, I very politely said, please could you stop doing that? I've got ADHD, so I will just, it's very distracting. Thank you. You know, it was still so polite. But I was like, I don't know why it's still scary to say. And then I looked over at Angelina and she was giving me a thumbs up. And I was like, yes. The way that I've come to being more confident, stand up for myself, is all through role models. It's all through working with incredible older women who are more experienced and just watching how they act and listening to them when they give me guidance. It's all about role models for me. I have received so much good life advice from women. I always find, like, every job I've ever been on, I'll always find a big sister. I mean, Michelle Monaghan and Leslie Bibb, without them, I would not have got through that period of life. Michelle has a really simple one, which is, do I feel safe? Just ask yourself, do I feel safe in this moment? And notice when you don't. Another one that Leslie has a great one, which is don't steal anyone's lessons. You actually can give people advice and you can support your friends and you can try and guide them as best you can, but you can't steal anyone's lessons. Sometimes you have to let someone do the thing and then you'll support them after. And that was a good one for me because as a friend, I can be quite like, if I can see my friends in pain, I just want to take that pain away. I just want to be like, we're sorting this, we're gonna do this, 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 and this, and it's all gonna, and Leslie was like, you can't steal anyone's lessons. They have to go through it because the only way out is through. I think it got to such a point after White Lotus where because what happens is if you're kind of like a bit of the it person in that moment, it's like the target becomes just bigger. So you just do get more hits. And it's like, it's hard, but it gets to the point where it's so much that you just kind of disconnect. Like, it's almost like it's too extreme that you just tap out. You're like, actually, and The hard bit is the bit just before you tap out. The hard bit is the bit where you're going, why is everyone being so mean to me? I don't understand. And then you're like, well, actually, I'm getting loads of love and I'm getting loads of hate. So when it gets to that level of fever pitch, you're forced to be non-attached. And so that kind of non-attachment, I think just be non-attached to both. And don't, because if you go too much into that, if you enjoy the praise too much, the criticism will hit you harder. You have to kind of sadly sacrifice a bit the ego boost of the praise, because if you just buy into that too much, you will buy into the criticism. So you have to become non-attached to both. Sometimes I lose my way and I get very anxious and I go into pieces. But like the way that I pull myself together is like, I'll watch a really good movie with a great performance in it and I remember why I wanted to do what I do. And so anything that gives me creative inspiration tends to get me back on track and I feel more solid when I'm creating. I think creative people have to create, but just be creative and I think that brings you back to who you are. Thank you for watching.